Welcome to this episode of the She Scales podcast, where today we're coming for a little impromptu chat because some of you need to hear this message today. I know that some of you are taking way longer than you need to for too many things. So this is going to be your metaphorical kick up the backside. What are you creating a mountain out of a molehill? What are you making it mean more than it needs to mean? What are you making feel or seem bigger than it needs to feel or seem? What are you making into a 100-step process that actually you could do in 5 if you just shifted yourself? Yes, this is me coming for you. Yes, this is going to be the kick up the backside. Because some of you are like, I could totally do that in my 5-year plan. And I'm like, girl, you could do that next month. You could do it this month. Some of you are like, I could do that in like 6 months' time. I'm like, but you could do it now. What are you making mean more than it needs to mean? Where are you stalling? Where are you holding yourself back? What could you be 10xing in 6 months if you started today? Where are you holding yourself back thinking that you need to have more things or be more ready than actually just taking action right now at the opportunities that are in front of you right now? Look at what is in front of you right now that you're not currently leveraging. What deck of cards do you have in front of you to play now? Not in a week, not in a month, not 6 months' time, not next year, not in your 5-year plan. What cards are you playing right now? You guys know I speak about the universe bringing you things, bringing you opportunities. You only have one shot at those opportunities. They don't come around twice. Lightning doesn't strike twice. And if you've listened to Elizabeth Gilbert's book called Big Magic, you'll know that her philosophy is that ideas are always circling and that every now and again they'll drop into someone and you are either the person that brings that idea to life or you're not, and it will leave you and go to someone else that will. So if you're listening to this and you know you've been sat on an idea, girl, either action it or it will go to someone that will. Because it's waiting for you to be the one to step up and grab it. Opportunities come to those who take fast action. If you are someone that stalls or you mill around trying to find some 20-step plan to make it happen, it's already gone. It's already left. The moment has passed. And so what can you do today to take fast action? And the reason why I feel so passionate about this is that I've just come off a masterclass with 2 other sales experts, a 3-way training, which I have never done before. And what an incredible experience. You know, I'm constantly learning, growing, stretching to see like, what are my opportunities? What happens if I follow this trail? Life is an adventure, business is an adventure, and I'm constantly looking at just what is the next tidbit, like, is it Hansel and Gretel? That they had like tidbits and they could just follow the breadcrumbs. I'm never thinking, where is the big gingerbread house? I'm just like, let's follow the breadcrumbs and let's have a freaking blast as we're going. Because what I want next week will probably look like an entirely different bread house, to be honest. Change my mind all the freaking time. And so this is why I'm saying, like, live in the moment, because you have got to learn to enjoy the journey, not just the destination. And so I really want you to focus on taking action now, because that masterclass that I've just hosted with 2 ladies, totally no experience. We absolutely smashed it, by the way. Absolutely loved it. And what's even more incredible is that now I'm going to go on to host a mini mind and a whole program with 2 other coaches, 2 other mentors. Now, let me just backtrack a second. I could have come into this and been like, they're my competitors. Why would we pair up? But this is about collaboration. This is about strength in numbers. This is about, oh my God, we've got each different skills, complementary skills. We all work together so well. Let's combine forces and make something freaking incredible, which is what we're doing. But I just want to backtrack even further, because in April, I'd never even spoken to these ladies. We had never spoken, we had never met, only 12 weeks ago. And it was only because we went to an event, which was all an impulsive decision on each of our parts, because none of us had met before. Those 2 ladies came from the UK, I came from Bali, and we all flew to LA to go to meet other people, to go on this retreat, but to network with other people who had goals like us. So we all went out on a limb. we ended up sharing a car together because their hotel was near mine. So we connected on social media. And it was through that car journey that we got chatting, and that this whole like idea to host an event when we got back to the UK for other female entrepreneurs, so that they wouldn't need to go all the way across the world for people who aren't quite as crazy as we are. Unless you're a full level crazy like we are, level 100. But we wanted to bring an experience to female entrepreneurs in the UK because there just wasn't enough like things that we were like, wow, there's such an opportunity here. And we really want to bring something incredible. And at the time we were recording this, we held the best event I have ever known or seen last week. Social Selling Secrets blew the freaking roof off London, and the feedback that we've had was absolutely incredible. And so to host an event, to go from sitting in a car with two ladies who I'd seen on social media but we'd never spoken before, to then saying, oh my God, like we're all here and we're all going to be in the UK at the same time. Like, let's do something together. And from that conversation, we put the wheels in motion so quickly to hosting a live event with 3 different sets of ideas, turning that around within 10 weeks, and now going on to launch a program that was never the plan. But here we are, we're each just following it and being like, oh my God, let's just follow the momentum because this is incredible. So to be here launching a program with 2 ladies that 12 weeks ago I'd never even spoken to. And I really want to share that with you because there is so much opportunity right in front of you when you are willing to go out and grab it. But you have to be the one that gets in the room. You have to stop thinking, oh, I need a 10-step plan, or I have to wait until everything's perfect. If I had waited till everything was perfect, I never would have gone to LA. That was never my plan. I thought that I was going to Ibiza in September, and just because I was double booked on dates, I had to move things around and go to the alternative option, which was 4 months earlier than I was planning to go. And it meant that I was on the wrong side of the world for it. Nobody travels to LA from Bali because the flight plan is absolutely ridiculous. It took me 2 days to get there for a 2-day event. So it wasn't logical. It didn't make sense. But I was like, well, fuck it, we're going. Get myself there. And now look, because I took that action, how many more incredible things have come from that one action. But if I had said, oh no, that won't work, or I'm not ready to fly across the world, or the timing isn't right for me, or just found all the reasons why it shouldn't or couldn't or wouldn't. I mean, I'm not that kind of person anyway. You know this. So when you're thinking, bringing you back to the She Scales podcast, I really want this to be the fire up your backside, because you literally never know what opportunities are around the corner, whether it's a collaboration, whether it's a new client, whether it's a referral, whether it's someone sharing your content, sharing your podcast, a recommendation. Like, there are so many things that are just one step away, but you have to be the one that's just like, let's fricking go. Stop making it mean more than it needs to mean. Stop making it bigger than it needs to be. It just needs to be the step in front of you. What cards do you have in front of you right now that you could play today to either take bigger action, make bigger moves, go faster, do something today that is on your vision board? You know, stop putting everything in the future or, oh, I'll make that happen when. You can make it happen now. You can make it happen today. You can tick one thing off today. What if at the point of you listening to this, you did one action immediately after listening to this podcast episode in the direction of something that you've set as a goal to you? What if you did that? Here is my call to you when you are listening to this podcast. Go take one action immediately. One thing, just one thing. Think about what that thing is for you. What is a goal that you've said is something that you want before the end of this year? Ideally before the end of summer. Something that you've said that you want. What is the first action or one action that you could take that would take you one step closer to that goal? That is something that you could do today. One action. Maybe it's reaching out to someone. Maybe it's sending a message to someone. Maybe it's looking into something. Maybe it's asking for a quote for something. What is one action that you can take today to take you one step closer to your goal? Maybe it's coming to join a program with 3 freaking incredible sales and launch experts. Maybe that is your action. If you are saying that you want this to be your biggest summer ever, this is me slapping my thigh in enthusiasm. It is like gone 10 o'clock at night and I am bouncing. We just had over 100 people on a live masterclass. Freaking incredible. The energy there. I'm absolutely bouncing. It's nearly 11 o'clock at night. Like, what the freaking hell? And so I'm fired up from this podcast. I'm going to go do one action today. And so I want you to listen to this and know what is the one action that you're going to take. And when you take it today, at the point of listening to this, I want you to message me after, either on LinkedIn or Insta, Sarah Buckland Coaching, to tell me what is the one action that you took to be like, Sarah, I did it. Sarah, I did that hard thing, or I reached out to that person, or I got back in touch with someone, or I sent that message, or I did that research, or whatever it is for you. What is the one action that you're going to take immediately after this podcast to take you one step closer in the direction of your goals? Again, always just, what can you chip away at? It doesn't need to be this big iceberg if you just chip away at things constantly. So what is something that you could do right here today after listening to this podcast? Stop making it into a bigger thing than it needs to be. Just take freaking action. All right, Queen. Short and sweet today, but I'm going to be coming in soon with some more strategy-based. But I just wanted to drop this fire into your inbox. So if this has given you a kick up the backside, share this to your stories. Tag me, Sarah Buckland Coaching. Love to hear your thoughts. And if you've taken action, in fact, when you have taken action from this episode, message me to share it and tell me what action it was that you took. Would love to hear it. I'll speak soon, Queen. Toodaloo.